Hello, everybody. This is Dennis, and this is the sort of update video. If you watched my previous video, which I didn't post it yet, because I have few videos and I try to post them one by one after another, but I don't want to post them every day because I feel that each video just needs its own time. If I post some videos every day, the other videos might not get enough maybe attention. There is no rush. Very, very interesting things are happening in my mind. Lots of thoughts, millions of thoughts. My last video I spoke about the new understanding of what is ego or ego, and I spoke about narcissism, which are, as I tried to explain in that video, are different, but they're also correlated, and they are same at the same time. I continued going deeper into these thoughts. I also meditate. For me, nowadays, meditation helps me to calm down. I had, when you go too deep into the questions of, let's just say, philosophy, nature, universe, existence, myself, it can be very overwhelming. I am nowadays in that state when I can't really come down naturally. I have lots of thoughts. I have lots of ideas of how to control my thoughts. And when I speak about ego or egoism, it's all about my thoughts. I know that all desires, all wants, all needs, which comes actually not from outside, not from the world, but from here. And that's funny thing because my ego and my true self, I feel like they are opposite. And it's a bit complicated because it means that now I am kind of fighting with myself. And I might be wrong. Maybe it's a mistake. Maybe my ego is actually me, myself, but I have a feeling that it's not. I have a feeling that my ego is the voice in my head, which, if you don't silence from time to time, if you let it speak, it will dictate you what you need, what you want. It will create desires for you, which you might actually not need. I bought lots of things in my life. I remember in past couple of years, because I've been making good money I've been working too much and I made the sum. And then I started to have some desires. Some voice inside my head was telling me, oh, you need this one. You want this one. You want to have it. It was such a big lie to myself, because deep inside my heart I knew that it's expensive and I don't really need it, because I would probably never use it, because logically I didn't need it before and I didn't really feel that I need it. But at some moment when I had money and I couldn't control my wants and needs, this voice in my head was constantly like pressuring me to buy it. Like, you need it, you want it, you want it, you want it. I started searching like online many videos of which one should I buy, I'm not gonna really go in details what exactly I bought. It doesn't really matter. Bought different things, but all come to the same, that I bought what I didn't need because I had this inner voice which was telling me nonstop that I need it now. It feels like I was lying to myself, or this voice was lying to me, because after I bought it, after I purchased these items, different items, every time the same scenario, I felt like it's waste of money. I used this item for a bit, not worth the price, for a bit, and then I would lose interest very fast. So my point is, there is this voice inside me, and I call it ego. My ego, which tells me what I want, my ego, which tells me what I need. It also comes to the whole life itself. My ego tells me how to feel about different situations. Pretty often, this ego tells you to be uncomfortable, angry, unfriendly. Maybe there, for example, maybe some people, I just had this feeling that I don't like them, but I didn't have any real reason why I didn't like them. But there was this voice which was telling me, oh, they are again around. I can see them. They can see me. I feel like ew. I feel uncomfortable. They are unpleasant. But actually, why? These people never did anything bad to me. And maybe even if they did, I should look at the things differently. Because after reading many books, I understand that even if people do something bad, they do this not because they want to be bad people, but because they might have their own reasons, and they think they are right, then they think they are correct, they think they deserve to do something or to have something. They don't think the same way I think, but my ego tries to fight back, create the chaos inside me, inside my heart, inside my brain. And I've been practicing since yesterday through meditation and through kind of controlling myself and my thoughts, what comes to my head and what should be thrown away instantly. As soon as I can see it coming, I would just throw it away, saying it is just my ego. Ego is telling me I don't want to listen to it, because I know that my ego is not true me. I kind of try to separate away myself from my ego, because I feel that I am not what my ego tells me I am. I am more than that. But by having this ego which tells me nonstop what to feel, what to think, what to do, how to react to different situations, I can't get myself free and I can't become my true self. I don't see my true nature because of my ego, which tries to control me. Good example, if it feels for you a bit confusing, good example, people who focus on their self development, who focus on controlling their emotions, right? Maybe you read different books about maybe philosophical, maybe just self development books where they tell you, like, okay, don't get stressed, don't get emotional. If something happens, it's okay. It happens just by nature. You need to not focus on bads, just focus on goods and try to move on and do what you can. You might understand these ideas, but as soon as something bad happens or something what can push you from your comfort state, I don't know, maybe your parent told you something what you don't like, what you feel that it's not pleasant, or your spouse or your kids do something what you don't like, your first reaction still comes to some sort of anger, some sort of explosion, or sadness. Like somebody did something what you would find unpleasant and it makes you feel sad. You know that later, you can understand that these people did that because of their own world. They didn't mean to hurt you, they didn't plan to hurt you, but they hurt you because your voice inside you took control over your emotions and gave you the first feeling that, oh my god, they don't like me, they don't respect me, they don't do what I want them to do. This is your ego. And of course, I believe that if you want to become free from emotions as well, it's not only enough reading just books of how to control yourself, but it's to learn to silence your ego, not to let it have control over you all the time. Maybe it's hard, maybe it's not that easy as it seems like, but I think by at least trying to controlling your ego, which tries to control you and your emotions, you can limit its strength over your soul, over your body, over your emotions. I think that if you practice, at least practice, if you focus, if you meditate, and you always keep in mind that every time anything you feel what feels wrong, like as I told you, sadness, anger, emotions, maybe even something positive, like you are too happy, you are too excited, or you feel yourself too much in love, it is also your ego. And I believe that if you can practice controlling it, you might get better with it when it comes to the situations when you feel you want to explode. I can say for sure, I try to be as calm as possible, but even I have moments, explosive moments, when I feel that maybe people cannot hear what I try to say. Maybe people don't agree with what I try to say. Maybe there is no dialogue which I want to have. Again, it's all my wants, which is my ego. Maybe the best option is to listen, silence your ego, and move on. If you can tell what you want to say without getting emotional or explosive, and you think that this is right to say, maybe you should do it. Or maybe if you calm yourself before you explode, you would understand that there is just no point in telling everything what comes to your head. Maybe what comes to your head is your ego as well. And if you can silence your ego, you would feel that there is no reason to actually explode. and to even speak about this topic. Very strange feelings. I've been meditating as well, which helps me a lot, and from these meditations there is something special happens to me when I can silence my ego, when I can control it better, when I can find serenity. And I try to live in the moment now. Something always comes to your head, the thoughts that, oh, what about tomorrow, what are you going to do with this, what are you going to do with that, what if something happens now, what if ABC happens now, what are you gonna do? And this is wrong. I try to move it away from me. These thoughts, they develop in your brain, they're not that loud, they start taking space of silence in your head. They start projecting because there is silence around you now. And all you have to do, or what I try to do, is to silence them too, push them away, and remind myself that what I hear right now is probably my ego, and my ego speaks to me because it tries to make me feel emotional again, feel scared, stressed, uncomfortable, confused. Am I doing right or wrong? If I do like this, is it correct or not? That's what I try to do. Let's see where it will lead me, but today, during my meditation, I went even a bit deeper into it, and I tried to separate myself, my persona, which is, again, ego as well. I tried to separate my persona from who I actually am. I don't know who I am, but I believe that, first of all, I need to stay away from this persona. This persona is just a role which I play in a daily life, but I need to understand that this is just a role and I'm an actor in a theater of life. But I try to at least find who I truly am by silencing my persona, by silencing my ego, by kind of differentiating or separating myself from the person I thought I am. It can sound crazy, but nowadays it makes a lot of sense for me compared to even myself a month ago. Every day, my brain goes deeper and deeper. My soul tries to sort of get free from all those things, different things, which normally made us be emotional slaves. Thank you.